Joseline's Cabaret, episode 4, titled Love-Hate Relationships. Okay, so the episode starts off right in the middle of all of the chaos. You know, last episode, they were trying to pretty much jump Gypsy. So yeah, Des is kind of going crazy. We see Isis get into the swimming pool to get somebody's wig out of the swimming pool. Girl, you are crazy because you went up in that swimming pool with your dress on, makeup and everything. But I'm going to say, when she came up out of the water, she looked flawless. Literally, her makeup wasn't messed up, eyelashes wasn't messed up. Like, I was impressed. I was like, damn, girl. How'd you just do that so easily? She did that like a G. And Des is literally over there, like damn near having an anxiety attack. She's like, I'm just so angry right now. Like, I'm like, girl, why are you so angry? Like, I know you said that Erica Mena is your friend, but she barely got touched. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like she got her beat, you know? It shows Gypsy on top of the balcony taking her hair out. You could tell she is over the shit. She's like, I don't even care about the show anymore. Like, she just wants to go home. And apparently what was cut out of the last episode was that Erica Mena literally said that her son was autistic. Gypsy came online saying that. So that's also the only reason why I feel comfortable, because I wouldn't even feel comfortable to say that. Even if you try to dress it up in a pretty way and say, you're such a good mom to an autistic son, but I want you to admit that you effed another man. And then it's like, girl, that's so shady, Erica Mena. No. But anyways, Gypsy's like, yo, whoever jumped me, I need my one-on-one in the reunion. And I was like, you don't want that, because one of those girls is Egypt. Girl, take it back. Oh, I'm just kidding. I mean, I like that she is, you know, not being scary. Anyways, yeah, she's doing her outro and she is done. That's a wrap for her on Joseline's Cabaret. That was really, really fast. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to see her stay. I didn't even get to see the girl dance. Like, the little short snippet that they showed on episode 1 was just like, they made her look like a fool. I actually want to see her dancing skills. Anyways, one down. By the way, and also, are they doing eliminations this season? Because I feel like they should do that, actually do it for real this time, because on Texas season they did not do eliminations for real and base it off of the dancing. Oh my god, like Joseline's Cabaret is getting more towards drama and less towards dancing, and that's making me kind of sad, because I actually liked this show because it was about dancing, like a dancing competition show. So the scene cuts and we have Andrea talking to some of the new girls. We have her talking to the hottest flame, or Kiera Hogan. They keep showing her and they keep putting the hottest flame, but girl, who's gonna say the hottest flame? Like, it's too long. That's not a good name. I'm sorry. It's not. It's way too long. Yeah, so you have Kira. That's what I'm going to call her, Kiera. G-Baby, Love, and Sky. Kanaya and Teo are there too. They're all sitting down. They're talking to Drea. And Drea's literally telling them, like, any of y'all thought that this was too much tonight? You better pack it up and go home right now, because this was nothing. Like, this is just a grain of sand in the desert, okay? Like, y'all better be ready and be prepared. But yeah, I think Sky asks Drea, like, when you fought Danny, like, why did you fight her? Did they tell you to do that or what? And I just thought it was very interesting how she said, did they tell you to do that? You talking about production? Drea's literally saying it's all of that. Like, she pretty much confirmed indirectly that that was part of the reason, because she said there's layers. What does that mean? That was part of it, but also there was something else and something else. So yeah, thanks for letting us know that production told you to do that. Sky, to me, I didn't like, because she literally said in her confessionals, like, she was gonna get down to the whole Drea versus Danny thing, and I feel like she's putting herself in the middle of their friendship, trying to be relevant right now. That's why I just was like, have some fresh beef. Don't try to get in the middle of this. She was literally telling Drea, like, I used to like you up until you did that, like, straight up. But Drea didn't really have a reaction to that. Drea was just like, we fought and we're cool right now. Like, it is what it is. Dysfunction. That's the cabaret. We fight and then we're cool. Okay, so the scene cuts and now we have Des, and she's outside with Chinks, and it's kind of a little bit uneasy because the last time they seen each other last season, they fought at the reunion, and it was actually for a very stupid reason, right? Like, Des was coming right up off of the fight with the Russian girl. I forget her name. Y'all know, the Russian girl. And Des was like, does anybody else want to fight? Get it all over with. And Chinks steps down and she's like, yes, I want to fight. And Des like, why do you want to fight? And Chinks said, because you said, why didn't I jump in some situation? That was the whole thing. And Des like, you want to fight over that? Like, so they started fighting each other at the reunion. But yeah, so now they're actually confronting each other. They are arguing, and Chinks is getting mad because Chinks feels like Des is just inserting herself in this whole situation. She's literally like, didn't you say that I'm too big to be scratching her? Like, I was like, oh man, did you say that at the thing? Because she said it in the confessionals. So I didn't realize she must have also said it at the party too. I don't think that she was inserting herself in the T-Love versus Chinks situation, but I do think she took that fight and was talking shit about Chinks because of them falling out and fighting at the reunion. But anyways, she's like, why are you even saying all that when you didn't even see what happened? Like, you weren't even there. Chinks trying to explain, like, you know, she spit on me and all that. But yeah, Des is just kind of like, okay. Well, forget about her. Because yeah, in that situation, like, Des, you're kind of wrong. And I like you, Des, but you are kind of wrong because T started it with Chinks first. So they don't really resolve anything. They just kind of end it and they walk away, and Chinks even looking at them like, fuck out of here. Like, you know, so I don't feel like that got resolved at all. Yeah, I'm kind of more so on Chinks' side here. Like, even if y'all fell out last season, you didn't have to talk shit right now during their fight. The scene cuts and we have Joseline and Erica Mena outside. Joseline is still kind of in disbelief at what Gypsy did. Egypt and T-Love and Des come out and join them. They all say that they feel like Erica Mena wasn't being shady by bringing up her son and his condition. I beg to differ. Obviously, they're going to say that, right? Because that's Joseline's best friend. I beg to differ. I feel like let people put their own information about their kids out there, you know, don't do it for them. And also on that note too, I feel like Erica Mena was wrong too for bringing up her show's drama onto Joseline's Cabaret show. But anyways, Joseline is just happy that her girls defended Erica Mena and they all hug it out. And who is standing right next to Joseline? Des. That's why I was kind of shocked. Like, oh, well, Joseline must not be too mad at Des no more because she went from trying to kill this girl to now she's actually hugging her. So the scene cuts. We have Joseline talking to her husband, Ballistic, about everything pretty much that's been going on. Joseline is not very happy with the old girls, like the girls that were returning from the previous season, especially Isis. She called out Isis very specifically. She just feels like they're unappreciative, ungrateful, and that they're not loyal, which I don't agree. I think the girls are super loyal. I think they love Joseline so much. And even Isis, like Isis, yes, she talks back, but Isis never crosses that line with Joseline. I think that's really the reason why Joseline doesn't like her, because she will talk back to her, which is like, but y'all are the same horoscope, right? If that's what you want to go by, Joseline, because she's into the horoscope astrology thing. So yeah, that's you. But anyways, Ballistic brings up, he's like, so when are you going to actually see the girls like dancing and stuff? And Joseline's like, today. And I'm like, finally, yay. Like, this is episode 4. And don't get me wrong, I know we all love the drama, right? But one of the reasons why I like Joseline's Cabaret is because it's a dancing competition. The girls have to learn routines. So we get to see who picks up the routine fast, who doesn't, who looks good, like who knows how to dance, who has talent, who doesn't. Like, that is actually entertaining too. And, you know, I was kind of like, when is it going to happen? Like, we still have been doing nothing but drama. And it's episode 4 right now. So yeah, let's get to the dancing. Let's see the new choreography this season. Like, let's get to that. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I personally enjoy watching like dancing type of competition. So the scene cuts, we have Kanaya, Lexi Gold, Sky, Erica Envy, Des, and Neek. And they're all sitting at an island talking together. Lexi Gold is literally saying how her eye was a little fucked up. I'm guessing it's from when Chinks literally, bing, like she hit her in the back of that sprinter so hard, caught her off guard. I'm guessing it's from that. But yeah, she literally said that she has a scratch on her eye and shit, which is very unfortunate. So I wonder if that means that she can't fight anymore for the rest of the season, because if her eye already has a scratch on it, you know, I don't know how serious that is, but we shall see. So Neek asks, is there anybody that y'all don't like? And Erica Envy says Love. And I'm like, here we go. I already could tell from episode 1 that Love was gonna be kind of like the new girl that everybody would pick on. Like, you can tell it was definitely giving that. But yeah, they bring up, you know, Gypsy said that Love said F everybody, F the OGs, whatever. Like I said from episode 1, I don't feel like what Love said is offensive. I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. All she said was, I don't care about nobody else because this is a competition and I'm gonna win. Like, literally every single baddie talks like that. They talk like they're the shit, like they're the best, and F everybody else. I don't care about nobody else. They all like talk the same way. So I didn't really see it as that big of a deal. But of course, this is Joseline's Cabaret. Okay, so the scene cuts and we have Love and Kiera talking together. I don't know whether to call her Kiera or the hottest flame. Listen, so the scene cuts and we have Love and the hottest flame talking. Does that not sound weird? Like, that doesn't flow. Love is pretty much just saying like she's only here to dance. She's not here for the drama and all that, which I completely understand, but I'm just kind of a little bit nervous for Love because she keeps saying that, and I'm like, do you not realize that Joseline's Cabaret is a drama show? It's probably like more drama now than it is dancing. I know you're only here to dance, but you cannot get away from the drama. Like, it's never going to happen. You can't escape the drama. She keeps bringing up like her past, and that's why I say I'm a little bit nervous for her, because she literally had even said in this scene, I don't even remember saying F the OGs, and she said, you know, I had a lot of concussions in my past, so maybe it's possible that I said something and I don't remember. And I'm like, oh my god, girl. She kind of opened up previously and talked about her past, and she just went through so much crazy shit that makes me a little bit worried for her. I'm like, is this the best environment for you? And like, you kind of sound like you're not here for the drama because you've been through so much. So like, is this the best environment for you, Love? Like, I don't know. Okay, so the scene cuts and we have T-Love talking to Egypt. The sisters, I don't know when they became so close, but literally they are like this season. They start recapping again what happened between T-Love and Chinks. T-Love is insisting that she wasn't trying to start nothing by just asking what her storyline is, that she didn't really remember anything about Chinks other than her fighting Lexi Gold. I was like, I literally said the same thing in episode 1 when they were introducing all of the girls. I was like, the only thing I remember about Chinks is she was always fighting the other big girl, Lexi Gold, over that pimp. So yeah, like, oops. The difference is like, you said it in a shady way. You literally were like, you don't have a storyline. You said that. Okay, got it. Thanks to Sky. Sky says in her confessional, Love and Flame walk in. So I'm gonna call the girl Flame. Instead of the hottest flame, Flame it is. Thank you, Sky. All right, so Love and Flame join all the other girls like Neek and all of them. They're like, there she is, because they were just talking about her. And so like, you know, they confront her. Love is like, yeah, let me just clarify it. Like, it wouldn't have made sense for me to say it. And then Neek cuts her off right away. And she's like, what do you mean? Are you trying to say that you didn't say it? She's like, exactly, I didn't say it, because she keeps trying to tell her, but Neek cuts her off again. She's like, but you said on the bus that you did say it. And Love is trying to explain herself. And I'm just like, Neek, shut up. One thing that I cannot stand is when somebody cuts you off when you're trying to explain something. You will never understand her point of view or the story if you cut her off every couple of words. At least let the girl finish and then say what you want to say. Like, she's like, what I said was, Neek said, who is B? Me? Love is like, oh my god, I'm talking about Gypsy. I'm talking about the girl. Like, you know, Neek, I feel like you're provoking this right now. I feel like you are trying to fight her right now. You're trying a little bit too hard, because you won't even let the girl get out more than 3 words before you interrupt her. I don't really like it. So the scene cuts, we get to T-Love. T-Love is kind of just talking about her little background that she had with Natural. And she said Natural swung on her sister first. And then of course she jumped in because that's her sister. Completely understand. Like, obviously everybody's gonna jump in for their own sister. And then Natural was trying to give Joseline an ultimatum about getting T-Love off of the cabaret, which ultimately got Natural kicked off of the cabaret. So she's saying that's what the whole story is. Kind of curious to see what Natural side of that story is, because why do I have a feeling like it's gonna be completely different than what T-Love just said? Egypt goes on to talk about how her and Natural used to date, and I completely forgot about this. These girls were in a relationship. They used to date. Apparently she was doing the same thing to Egypt that she did to T-Love, where she was telling promoters it's either you or them, basically not to book Egypt, which I'm just like, why would she say that if y'all was in a relationship though? So that's actually pretty effed up. Even if you were broken up, it's giving very vindictive of Natural to do that. I don't know what was the reason why they broke up. You know, we don't get any context to anything. T-Love has really good skin. Like, that's so random to say, but I just noticed like she has that baby soft skin. Like, she has really, that's why when her face got cut all the way, I was like, no, her skin was literally flawless. So anyways, the scene cuts and Love is pretty much telling them like, yeah, I never said that. What I said was F everybody, because everybody should just be worried about themselves. Pretty much what I explained. You don't even need to over explain yourself, because we get it and I got it. But to be honest, Love doesn't make her situation look better, because she keeps kind of like agreeing that, yeah, I kind of have like a memory problem, so I forget what I say. Like, that makes it look like you're capping. They kind of split up and go their own separate ways. Nika's like, just watch your mouth next time then. And Love said, oh, we don't do the threats though. We don't do the threats. That's what we don't do. I thought that was so funny. And I was actually so proud of Love for standing up for herself, because I feel like she didn't do nothing when Gypsy exposed her twice. She didn't even say nothing to Gypsy. So I felt like Love was not gonna, defend herself, but I'm happy she did defend herself against Neek. Okay, so the scene cuts. We have Natural, Chinks, Isis, and Teo, and they're sitting on the top of the rooftop chatting it up. G Baby comes and joins them, and they just start recapping once again with Chinks, her whole fight with Lexi Gold and T-Love and all that. But what was interesting was that Isis pretty much told her straight up. She was like, look, I would just be honest with you. Lexi Gold is my friend. I'm closer to her than I am to you. So like, I might be like talking shit a little bit, but it's because she's my friend. And Chinks was like, okay, well, you could just stay over there. Like, that's fine. Like, low key, even when Isis said it, I was like, ooh, are you kind of like admitting that you talked shit about her? Like, Chinks is just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I came in here solo dolo and I don't need nobody type of mentality. And I like that. Isis is going to talk about, girl, you trying to tell me stay over there as if I didn't pick a side. I am team gold. Like, what the which I thought was funny. So anyways, Drea, Danny, and Oceans comes onto the balcony, and G Baby is kind of looking Oceans up and down because they have drama, which apparently happened off camera, because I'm like, how do y'all have drama when it's literally like day 2 on here? We didn't see nothing happen on camera. Ooh, okay, so Danny goes up to Isis. She's like, you always wanted that fade. Isis kind of caught off guard. She's like, hold on, I didn't think that we were on that type of timing. And Isis kind of like, we were just cool. Like, literally, you were smoking weed with me and everything. Danny is standing on, I didn't like it yesterday. The way that you were talking to Joseline when Joseline was talking to you, you were being a little bit disrespectful. But yeah, Danny is pretty much up in here just trying to be on some I ride for Joseline type of shit. Pretty much like Oceans, I'm going to ride or die for Joseline. And so she wants to fight Isis over that. I feel like it's pretty evident that the real reason that she wants to fight Isis is because both Danny and Isis are kind of on the shit list with Joseline right now. So Danny's just trying to redeem herself in Joseline's eyes. That's very much so what it's giving. Danny is like pretty much telling her, you owe the princess an apology. And Isis like, you want that fade? And they square up. Danny swings, but she doesn't really connect. Literally, Isis grabs her hand like mid-swing. She's literally holding her hand like this. They continue swinging. Nobody really won this fight. They kind of both just hit each other in the chest area, which actually I'm pretty surprised because I feel like Isis would have won, because to me, Isis has hands. Isis can fight. But also, Danny is kind of like a wrestler. Danny got all those wrestling moves, so they might actually be equally matched. Isis kind of like, where's this coming from? She was like, you pulled out that vape so nonchalantly. You know Joseline don't even like vapes. You were smoking in front of her face like that. I was like, oh. See, I didn't know that part. I did not know Joseline doesn't even like vapes. I even said in my review that like the only part to me that seemed disrespectful was when Isis started blowing her vape as Joseline's talking like mid-sentence. Joseline didn't say nothing to her about it at the time. So that's why I'm just kind of like, where's this coming from, Danny? Damn. Okay, never mind. Isis won, because now from this angle, when I see Danny's face, she got a big old bump right here on the side of her eye. So Oceans kind of stands up and she's like, look, I feel like you, Isis, just need to have a one-on-one conversation with Joseline, apologize to her, like pretty much that's it. And Isis agrees. Oceans turns towards G Baby and she's like, oh, I just want to know, like, are we good? Because she felt like at the masquerade party that G Baby was snapping at her, which we didn't see that at all on camera. So I have no idea what she's referring to right now. I think this has to do with G Baby not wanting to share her blunt, I think, which if that's the case, that is so stupid. If that's the story, then I agree with G Baby. Like, why y'all trying to smoke other people's shit? Get your own shit. People are not obligated to have to share with you. Like, yes, is it the nice thing to do sometimes? Yes, but they don't have to. And you can't get mad at somebody because they don't want to share with you. That sounds crazy. But anyways, G Baby is like, I'm not aggressive. And you just hear Isis like, you are though. And G Baby was like, I don't give a what you're talking about. And I said, it's kind of aggressive. You're kind of being a little aggressive here right now. They're literally going back and forth. G Baby's like, I don't care. Ice is like, you should. That's why Oceans is gonna whoop your ass. I was like, oh, the handoff. You were arguing with her. Like, I felt like she should have been like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. But no, she handed it off right back to Oceans. Like, I ain't fighting that big Anyways, so yeah, the scene turns back to Oceans. She's basically like, you come off very strong, you come off very aggressive. G Baby's like, so do what you gotta do. Oceans runs up. Boom! They started fighting. In the beginning, Oceans got one good face shot on her, and they kind of just swinging back and forth. To me, Oceans is getting much more shots than G Baby, and by the end of this fight, I honestly feel like Oceans probably took that one. I know Oceans is not to the fan fave, so y'all always like to say she loses everything, but I don't think she lost this. I actually think Oceans won. So anyways, they end the scene. They're getting up and walking away. They're literally telling Danny, go give Isis a kiss on the forehead, go make up, go kiss and make up. Danny turned around, she said she came in, gave Isis a kiss. They're like, yay! Like, so y'all are so dumb. Like, I don't know how they do it. Literally, I don't know how they go from fighting 1 second to the next second, kissing and hugging. Like, it's the physical contact for me. That's the part that I don't get. I completely can understand saying sorry and making up that fast, but putting your hands again on somebody, it could not be me. I feel like Teo is not gonna last on this show, low-key, because whenever I see her, she's always in the background looking hella scared. I don't think she knows what this show is. I think she genuinely thought this was a dancing only show, because she's always looking around like, girl, she looks traumatized and it's only day 2. So the scene cuts and we have Joseline coming and talking to T-Love. Joseline's kind of like, girl, what are you doing back here at the Cabaret? Like, you haven't really danced since like 2 years, kind of. Like, it's been 2 years. I think you're about to come up here and just start dancing again. Like, T-Love is like, yes, Joseline, like, I'm ready. I've been practicing. I've been in the gym getting strong. And my whole thing is like, Joseline, why are you talking as if you didn't pick her? Does Joseline not pick all of the girls to be on her show? But anyways, T-Love is saying like, I needed that break, Joseline. Like, I was kind of crashing out and going crazy and I needed that time to kind of get my shit together. So I'm like, okay, well, sounds like not much has changed because you're still kind of getting drunk and doing too much when you get drunk. So I don't know, but we shall see. We're going to give T-Love a chance, okay? And Joseline says, what are you going to do about Natural? Because, they have a long beef. How do you and your sisters jump her to the point where she peed on herself? Like, Joseline keeps saying that. I'm like, Joseline, stop saying that. That's really embarrassing. Like, why do you keep bringing that up? T-Love is standing on it. She's like, listen, I don't care. It was my sister. In that regard, I do understand her. That's a real life family relationship. It's not Cabaret shit. Anyways, so Joseline's like, Natural is like downstairs, like literally waiting for you. Set up. Okay, so Joseline brings T-Love down to talk to Natural. We get kind of like a middle ground story here because Joseline said both of the girls gave me ultimatums about like, you better fire her or I won't continue. And she said both of them got fired, which to me, that's much more believable. That makes sense. Natural gives her side of the story and Natural is like, T-Love was being very annoying because she was like shit-faced drunk. She was just like slumped all over everywhere. She said, Natural, you think you're so tough, and she mushed my head and all that. Natural said, see, this is why people want to beat your ass, because of the way that you act, right? And then here they go trying to be on some clout shit. Natural's exposing T-Love. Like, T-Love was trying to sell this shit. Like, she was trying to be like, I'm gonna make a story about this, it's gonna go viral. Like, here we go. I hate when people fake drama or try to fake hype shit just because they're so desperate for clout. It's just cringe, especially when you get outed like that. Like, Natural exposed you. T-Love is gonna say, and then you sent me a fake cease and desist letter. Natural was like, that was not a fake. That's my real lawyer. Like, why would I send you a fake cease and desist? And I don't know, by this point, I think Natural is not dumb enough to do something like that. So it was probably a real one, T-Love. And can't you just verify that? Like, can't you call and verify that it's actually legit? Oh shit. T-Love takes the first step to Natural. I was like, oh shit, you're bold for that. They're mid-talk and they just go, boom. just starts swinging both of them at the same time. So I'm not gonna lie, T-Love did a lot better than I thought she would in that first round. T-Love was hanging in there. Like literally she was swinging. Natural was swinging. At one point I feel like Natural got kind of stuck. And then at the end of the fight, I hear Natural say, it's only because you grabbed my sweatshirt. So I think that sweatshirt might have been working against Natural. To me, I don't know. I feel like that first fight was more like a tie. I don't feel like anybody really took that one. T-Love is literally like, get your lick back. You said we jumped you. What's up? What's up? Was that a jump right now? Was that a jump? Ooh, she's a little bit too confident after that one. But here we go. Round 2. They square up. They are fighting right next to the swimming pool. I'm like, one of y'all is about to end up in that pool. They did that on purpose. They're trying to get a viral moment right now. T-Love's like, yeah, what's up? What's up? The whole time. She does not ever stop talking. What's up? Come on. I'm my sister. Like, that's literally them. But anyways, Natural dropped her to the floor. T-Love falls to the floor kind of clumsily. They break it up. Joseline's like, are y'all good now? Y'all both got your looks in. Like, y'all satisfied? T-Love is like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. And Natural is over there hunched over. Like, the girl cannot breathe. She's like, yeah. It's just like, give me a second. Like, God damn. That's why y'all shouldn't smoke. See, that should be making you guys winded. Like, but anyways, Natural is like, I could work with her, but we'll never be friends. And T-Love is like, we were never friends from the very beginning. Natural is like, girl, you sent me a text message talking about sis. And T-Love is like, yeah, exactly, I did. She's my Cabaret sis. Like, and Natural is like, girl, that's not, like, she can't even talk at this point, you know? It's just like, somebody help Natural. What's wrong with her? Does she need oxygen? Like, what is going on? But yeah, you know, people always try to make it seem like y'all wasn't cool when you fight. So I believe Natural here. They probably were friends at some point. Damn. So T-Love was literally standing next to Joseline, and she starts walking across the grass, and she's like, my sister opened up to you, Natural. And Natural's saying like, and I loved it. And T-Love walks all the way up to Natural's face, and Natural's head, boop, like literally hit her so hard. She fell on the ground. And then we get the previews for the next episode. I'm like, damn, Natural, why did you do her like that? But also T-Love, why the hell did you walk up to her like that? What did you think was gonna happen? Did you think that y'all was about to have a conversation after going 2 rounds? That is crazy.